that's what you're looking for. What's up everyone, Senyo here, Schultz Outfitters. As you can see, we're tying outside. It's way too nice to be stuck indoors. It's that magical time of year. We're going into August, bugs are popping. Guys want to be on the river later. Wanted to show you a simple little hex pattern that I've been tying with all the new materials. One that's so easy you can tie it in the back of your truck right before you head out to the river. So follow along, here we go. All right, so what you're gonna do is take your favorite Russ Madden hook. This is the FW 570 in the number 6. This is perfect for hexes and large dries and stuff. You know, Russ has kind of developed this hook with them, and it's perfect for all the stuff that I like to do with like chubbies and hexes and stuff like that. So all I've done is I've attached this Vivas 8/0, 6/0, whatever you want it to be. You can use the nano silk, it doesn't matter. And I make sure I get a good thread base here, just so everything doesn't slide around. And then I'm going to take some of these shadow fibers. This is the tan. And I'm just going to grab a little bundle because this is just going to be my tail and my shuck. Cut some of that off. I just try to make sure they're not even. I want it to be kind of ratty. And if you're wondering how many strands, it's about 10 or so. It's nothing, nothing crazy. Get it secured. Then what I do is, like, I'm going to cut this on an angle, so I want to use this front portion here as like kind of a shuck. So I'm going to come in and cut that on an angle and then slide it back with my fingers. And then just secure it down. Like so, right? See, just nice, easy, simple. Gonna grab a few more of those shadow fibers, and this is gonna become the body of the fly. So you just grab a little bundle. It's about 20 fibers or so. I'm gonna be wrapping this. So just gonna nice and easy tie that in. Trim any super long ones, but don't have to go crazy with it. You're gonna wrap over it. So once it's on, just bring this forward. And what I do is I just give it a little twist just to kind of lock it all together. And this will automatically like make that segmented looking body that you actually get on the mayfly. And I like to go further than where I'm going to end and then wrap back over it. Just make sure that's locked down. Put a good thread base down. So from this stage, all I'm gonna do is, like, you can use mono eyes, any type of plastic bead. That's all this represents. This is the same size as you would get mono beads. It's just on a cord. I'm gonna take that and tie that in, flip it around to the bottom. If you need to, turn your vise a little bit to tie that in. As you'll see, is what I've done is I've put it tight to the eye, right? So what I'm doing is making a space between the tail, the body, where my thorax is going to be with those eyes. I'm going to grab some of this size. This is a size large satin polar chenille. Just going to take about a 2-inch piece of this. And just make sure all the fibers are going the same way. and I palmer that forward to the back of the eye. We're going to trim this up and use a little bit of epoxy here in a few minutes to lock this into position. So don't go too crazy with it. So as you can see, already got the legs, all that done. You could technically fish it there if you wanted to, especially if you're just doing under the surface stuff. I'm going to come back a little bit. So what I like to do is add a little bit of wing to it, and it kind of works as a spotter. I'm using this Widow's Web, it's called, through Montana Fly Company. I don't need a lot of this stuff. I just add to that wing. And this is so you can trim this if you don't need it, or for how much of it you want while you're on the river. Gives you some adjustability in the pattern. Fold that over. And then, like I said, I trim it to like whatever size and stuff that I want. So before I'm going to add the foam and stuff to it, what I'll do is I'll spread this stuff out, so I know where the legs are going to be. I'll come in, I'm going to add a little bit of the yellow to the bottom. The color of the thorax. Just to kind of give it that real hexy looking little spotting here a little bit. Just to add just a touch. Just to give it a little bit of color. Like if you look at the naturals, they'll have little bright spots here, a little brown spot there. You know, just try to keep it as realistic looking, but buggy at the same time. And then you just choose what you want. For this one, I'm going to just put white foam on the top. So I'm just going to cut about a 1/2 inch piece, about a 1/4 inch wide. Make sure I'm happy with it. And then what I do is I fold it over. So I got that piece, right? And I just fold it over. And then I'm going to come right over. I'm going to turn my vise so I can see the top of the fly. I'm going to come in and set it right over top. And what I want that foam to do is sit over the eyes. So it should protrude in front of the pattern, in front of the hook. And I just check it. Move that wing out the way I want it. So if you want it spent, if you want it over the top, it's just wherever you decide. Lock that down. And I come in underneath the eye, underneath it. Just keep wrapping it. Lock it in. And I just double check everything. Push the eyes back where I want it. So when I'm at this stage, just make sure that I'm happy with all the color underneath. So see how that looks there. Nice and easy little hex. And then what you do is I like to lock those fibers into where they are and that foam to it, just for a durability standpoint. Just come in with a little bit of bone dry, and I'm out in the sun right now, so this is going to cure fast. I just add a little bit of that to the bottom here. Since we're out in the natural sunlight, I don't even really have to use my UV light, but I would hit it with a UV light. Then literally just trim her off. And just like so, you have a nice little easy, highly visible little hex. You can make it a spinner, you can make it a dun, whatever you want. Super fast.